Welcome back to Leafolution. This is Jessica. It is my goal here to help reconnect us to Earth, to reground us with Gaia so that we can work towards unifying and achieving unity consciousness. Our divinity is closer than you might think. So in today's reading, I am actually going to request a message from the fire elementals. Fire energy has been really strong in my presence lately, so that is an indication to me that the fire elementals, part of Gaia, have a message to say to us. So I'll do a quick zoom around so you can see the area, and then we'll get started with the reading. So, first thing that is sticking out to me is that Tiwa's in Perthro. Tiwa's is pointing towards Perthro. So our sense of fairness and balance is lining up with the realm of the unknown, the realm of infinite potentials of all possibilities of fate. So there is something that will be worth paying attention to in terms of awareness in the awareness in all potentials. Outside of that, we have Rido, which is going to signify journey, vehicle, movement. So something is beginning a process, a procedure. Underneath it here we have Oros, which is our strength, our sturdiness, our steadfastness. It is also connection and unity between heaven and earth to really create that divine alignment and creation energy. The next thing that is worth talking about, we have this dense clustering here of a bunch of runes laying on top of each other. So there's a sense of building energy, like a tier system of building energy. And the few outlying pieces that are distinct from that, up here we have Wunjo and Iwaz, and over here we have Gebo, and down here Sewelo. So Iwaz is our representation of the world tree of Yggdrasil. And with that, we are talking about complete and full alignment of all of our chakra systems, all the way from the Earth Star chakra, all the way up to the Soul Star chakra and higher. This is definitely unity energy, and it's tying into this sense of connectedness between heaven and earth that I was feeling over here. So the Gebo is the gifting through exchange, equal exchange. So there is balance in that sense as well, that one party or one project will not succeed bountifully or effectively without fair exchange in order for another project or story or perspective to move forward. I'm not really quite sure the word I want to use there, but it's a sense that there's a give and take, that there is prosperity and there's joy, but it requires give and take on both sides, that sense of balance and fairness. And then Sewelo is our sun energy. So on the perimeter here, we the sun, and considering this is a message from the fire elementals, the that sun energy right there is, I feel, just a spokesperson for them showing up in this reading and confirming that this is information they would like us to have right now. In addition to that, when we move over to the cluster and we start looking at the pieces here, the very top one here is Kenaz, which is our torch. So another embodiment of fire, another embodiment of our energy centers. And underneath it is Dagaz, which is our day, which does also carry with it elements of the rising sun, new beginnings. So we're getting fire energy in 3 of our different runes that is coming into play with this. Additionally, we have Ansu's on top, which is our communication. We have Nades here on the side, which is necessity. Fehu, which is our wealth, prosperity, mobile, liquid assets, things that don't tie us down, but things that remind us that we are free. And the more that we embrace receiving, being open to receiving money and benefits and financial gifts and abundance of time, just being open to that receptive energy, the more that this prosperity is going to flow in. So with our communication, that does speak to the fair and equal exchange that I was seeing over there, as well as balance, in order to start creating and moving in this space of the unknown to create something that is known. It is going to require communication, even if it's just within yourself and your environment, and getting that feedback before moving forward, and just using that to inform the directions and the steps that you take as you continue to build, as you continue to go on this journey that you're embarking upon. Ewaz is here, as well as Hagalaz, and this one speaks to our companionship and a sense of community. So once again, we have that sense of collaboration in order for things to work out in a productive manner, so that there is joy and there is a positive outcome. With Hagalaz, it's the one piece of water energy that's showing right now, which is our emotion system. And with that, Hagalaz being hail, so it's water, but it's frozen water, which means a type of constricted emotional state of being. But with all this fire energy around it, I actually get the sense that this hail energy is there for the purposes of keeping the fire energies in check, so that the fire energies actually do not overtake and become all-consuming, and in the process of trying to create change, throw you into a balance, an end of the cycle that is not recoverable. You know what I mean? So you get to a point where you're just so drained that even balancing or remaining in a neutral state is challenging. So with all of this fire energy, that's really good. It's going to help with all of this. But Hagalaz, I believe, in this capacity, is a reminder to check in and kind of throttle that energy as needed. The final thing, we had We had Laguz come out on its side. So from the west, it was completely visible. From the east, it was completely blocked. So Laguz is our rune of intuition. It's our rune of the third eye chakra, inner knowing, awareness, tapping into intuitions and receptive energy. So with it being seen from the west, which is our mental body, it's where our new days begin, right? With it being visible there, that says to me that we are fully aware that this is the type of energy that we are encompassing into this overall work. However, as the day progresses and I totally think I just said all of that wrong. I don't remember which directions I was just saying. So, the gist of it, though, is that I totally, apologies, that really broke my brain for a minute. So it actually, I had it in reverse. In the east, in the rising sun, with our new days and our new beginnings, Laguz is not visible to us, which means that as we begin our days, as we start, we are unaware that there will be emotional, intuition, receptive work that will be needed, that will be beneficial to harness in order to enact these other energies for productive gain. And as we come to the west and as the day finishes, as the sun settles into the water element, our emotion body, this intuition, which this being the lake ties into our emotion body as well, gives us a sense that at the end of that cycle, at the end of that work, we will have that reflection, that turnaround time, in order to inform the next steps that we make. With it being like that, though, facing over here where there was balance and the unknown, with this being the west, where I'm, the direction I'm currently sitting, with west being over here, there feels like there's an importance and a need to be aware of completing cycles, that in order for things to manifest and come to fruition, completion steps do need to be taken. So that is our reading from the fire elementals. I got distracted at the beginning because a person was walking by and I was not prepared for it, so there was a bit of a delay in that. And then my brain totally broke when I was thinking about directions and the different messages that were coming through about the end of the reading. But I do these unedited. I keep it as genuine as possible, so enjoy those moments of contemplation, and a reminder that in communication, we do not always have to be speaking. We can be silent and reflective and thinking and processing, and that is perfectly okay. All right. If you have liked this video, if you've enjoyed this message, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on the notification button. I have links to my other social media platforms in the description. I also offer private readings. They are, at this point, They're 45 minutes long. They're done via Zoom, so there's direct interaction back and forth. And the link for being able to book one of those and the information for all of that is in the description below as well. Thank you so much for stopping in, and remember to always do what you can, when you can, with what you have.